Hello everyone, my name is Ryan McWilliams and this is my portfolio project for Nucamp. I created a solar estimator app which basically gives you an estimate for what your federal tax credit would be if you were to consider going solar. And I did this for one of my family members who is co-owners to this company, Sun Solar Solutions. And so that's sort of where I got the idea for this app. And so first question here, how many square feet is your home? Let's do 1,300, continue. What is your average electric bill? Let's do 150, continue. Own a pool? No. EC systems, let's do 1, continue. And bam, your estimated federal tax credit is $1,300. And so further down on this card, I have some inputs here. I'm using a form submit input API, which is a really cool API that doesn't require any PHP or backend setup. They just handle it on their end. So if I enter in all these fields and hit send message, it'll actually just go straight to my Gmail. So that's fun. And so I want to show you that this number is actually dynamic. And so let's try this one more time. And let's do a larger home. Let's do 2,600. Average electric bill, let's do 240. Continue. Own a pool, yes. And let's do 2 AC systems. And look at that, 3560 is now our estimated federal tax credit. So yeah, and so let's go and take a look now at some of the code. So here in my app.js, I am importing calculate. And calculate is sort of my main component, which houses all of my other ones that are imported up here. And right here I have a class component with a state object that has all these properties on it. And further down, I'm actually using a switch case to conditionally render each of these components as I click to the next one. So here in square feet, one of the properties is next step, which takes in this next step. And up here is my next step function, which when it gets instantiated gets this step +1, which gives this number a +1, which then takes us to our next component. And let's take a look at one of these in square feet. I have my video, which I'm importing here, and I have motion.div. I'm using this really cool Framer Motion API, which gives us those animations you saw on the cards. And down here is my input. And so the rest of these, they're pretty similar in ways. There's minor changes in between them. But I just wanted to show you some of the logic here. And so in estimate.js, your estimated federal tax credit is, and it takes this object props.estimate.toFixed, which goes back here to calculate. And so at that, with all of those values that get inputted into all of those components, it then goes right here through my handle change, which does some math right here. And in state copy, it takes this estimate right here, which has all of my different properties there, and it does math on those. It's not very accurate math. It's just sort of to show that this app works. For the actual, to get this to be a little more accurate, I would probably have to talk to some of the engineers over at Sun Solar, but for demo purposes, this will work just fine. One of my issues I was having actually was getting these to multiply and add correctly. I was getting not a number, and so I think that was because it was trying to multiply and add strings together, and so I figured out I needed to add this parse float into these lines here, which then allows it to read real numbers and then do math. So yeah, that was difficult to sort of work through, but yeah, it's been a really fun project, really rewarding, and thank you guys so much for taking a look at this with me, and we'll catch you next time.